What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching the important things that really matter. Today, we're going to continue on with the series on the child support hustle, and are your children really your children? So we're really talking about the child support trap, and are your children really your children? We're going to mainly be talking about today what happens to men and also women that get caught into the child support trap and how much money it's going to cost you. It's really a ridiculous amount of money that it's going to cost you. Unfortunately, it can end up causing you financial hardship for the next 20 years, possibly. So anyway, before we get into it, would you please like, would you please share, and would you please subscribe? All my videos, you're going to get a great deal of information out of. You're going to reduce a great deal of costs, and you might even remove yourself from the child support trap to begin with, period. So that's part of the reason why I'm putting this together. And also, I want everybody to know too that much of the information what you're going to be talking about today will fall up under fair use. Much of the information that I'm talking about today is going to fall up under fair use. So here we go. One of the things I want to talk about, which is extremely important, is actually what happens to men and women who get caught in the child support trap. Yes, women get caught into the child support trap. Matter of fact, not only do women get caught into the child support trap, even though it's a low percentage of women, some of the women may have set the trap up to begin with. And then they find themselves getting caught in the trap in which they may have been setting up themselves. Now, I'm not saying everybody, of course I'm not talking about everybody, but some women have tried to set the trap up and then get caught in the trap. For example, there was a lady that was on one of these television shows, and the judge was pronouncing a verdict on how much child support the mother was going to have to pay the father. And so the judge told the lady, you're going to have to pay $1,500. And the woman, when she was standing there, she just had this blank look on her face like, what, would you say that again? She said, you will have to pay $1,500 a month. And that lady, she looked like she was about to fall out on the floor. So you have to understand, ladies, that you can get caught in the child support trap also, not just the men, because now you have women nowadays that's making a lot more money than the men are. So you need to be careful also too. So anyway, one of the things I want to talk about today is what is going to happen to many men and many women. Now, I am a former automotive engineer, so I've worked around engineers for years, many years that I've worked around engineers. I worked at a number of major technical engineering facilities, and so I was around engineers all the time. And if you are a man or a woman that's making pretty good money as like an engineer, from me talking to engineers in the past, you're going to easily spend $1,000 per month per child. It's going to be somewhere between. Now, I don't know what area of the United States that you may be living in, but I know in the state that I live in, from talking to engineers, it's somewhere around about $1,000 a month to $2,000 a month per child. Now you got to keep in mind that's $1,000 or $2,000 a month per child every month for the next 20 years. These things you have to understand, because that's a lot of money. That's a great deal of money coming out of your pocket. And can you imagine what that will do to you if you always wanted to start a business, or you need your business to expand? Well, if you got this type of money coming out of your pocket per month, every month, you may not have enough money to start your own business, or you may not have enough money to be able to expand your business. So, having said that, these are things that you need to be taken into consideration, and you need to do everything that you can possible to make sure that you do not get caught in the child support trap. You better do everything. Anyway, so you know all the different modes of protection, including the most important one is being celibate. So some people are willing to do that, some people are not. Well, if you're unwilling to be celibate, even with the contraceptives that they have, you can still end up with a child. And then there's also situations where some people have taken a needle and stuck it through condoms and stuff to make sure that they will get pregnant anyway. And on that particular note, you have to understand also too, if you have a good paying job, especially if you're male, if you have a good paying job, it has been known. People have been caught putting holes in condoms. People have been caught going into the garbage can in the bathroom after a person has had intimate relationships with another person. Some people have went into the bathroom garbage can and taken the condom out of the garbage can with the man's seed in it. We've heard of a artist, I think it was a hip hop artist not too long ago, that after he finished and having intimate relations with a particular woman, he went in the bathroom, took the condom off with his seed in it, and put a bunch of hot sauce in the condom and threw it in the garbage can. The woman went into the bathroom, got the condom, and began to start trying to put the man's seed that was in the condom into her, start yelling because the hot sauce that was in the condom was burning her lower intimate parts as she was trying to put the man's seed in her. So, if you don't believe me, all you have to do is Google it, and you can find out for yourself the details about what took place. So anyway, I'm letting you know, men, especially if you have a very good paying job, or if you're an athlete or an entertainer or a movie star, that can be easily done to you. Easily done to you. And so you need to do whatever you can to make sure you protect your seed, because it can end up costing you a lot of money. Even just a regular everyday guy, it can be so much money coming out of your pocket financially that you are having a financial hardship for the next 20 years. There are many men that are having great financial hardships because of the child support that's coming out of the check. Don't mind me. Now, mind you now, I believe a man should take care of his responsibility. A man should take care of his responsibility and take care of his children. But some of the money that's being allocated to the mother in most cases, some of that money is a ridiculous amount of money. Because anywhere in the United States, it doesn't take too much to figure out how much it will cost to take care of a child. And anywhere in the United States, it should be anywhere from $600 to about $1,500 per child, almost anywhere in the United States. But then also, too, the mother's got to contribute to that also, too. $600 to $1,500 a month per child. Almost anywhere in the United States, that will take care of a child pretty well. And then you can't put 100% of the responsibility on the man to take care of the child. The mother has to do her part also too. But $600 to $1,500 should cover it. But what's messed up is when you see people that's paying, like I said, like engineers. You may have an engineer. That man is paying $1,500 per child. I had a friend of mine. I was downtown one time and ran into a friend of mine that I grew up with. He has a very good paying job. We were talking. He told me about the fact that he was paying child support. So I don't know how we got on the subject, but we were talking about the child support that he was paying, excuse me. And he said he was paying almost $4,000 a month. I'm like, dude, are you serious? I said, yeah, I'm paying almost $4,000 a month. I said, dude, are you serious? He said, yeah. He said, oh man, no big thing. I'm like, yeah, it is a big thing. $4,000 a month out of your check? Now, he had a good paying job, but $4,000 a month is very excessive. It really takes anywhere from $600 a month to $1,500 a month to support a child almost anywhere in the United States. And this $4,000 a month, and this is absolutely ridiculous. When you find out you have different individuals, such as certain celebrities that's paying $10,000 a month, certain celebrities that's paying $20,000, $30,000 a month. And then one particular celebrity that I had read about recently, the baby mother took the man back to court, and I think he was already paying like $20,000, $25,000 a month for the child. And the mother took him back to court because she wanted an increase in pay. She wanted to bump it up to like $35,000 or $40,000 per month. There's people that don't even make $20,000 a year. And here's a person that's getting $20,000, $30,000 a month, and that's not enough when some people are living off of $20,000 for the whole year. Anyway, to me, it's absolutely ridiculous the amount of money which men have to pay, and now women are going to have to pay these things. So it's very, very ridiculous. So this is the reason why you don't want to get caught in the child support trap. It could be a financial hardship for you for the next 20 years. What else can happen to you if you're caught into the child support trap? There's a possibility of you losing your license if you're a regular, average, everyday guy. There's a possibility of you losing your license. There's a possibility of you going to jail for back child support. There's a possibility of you having so much of a financial hardship, you may have to end up moving back in with your mother, or you may have to go get a downgrade tremendously and get a studio apartment, or like I said before, you may have to move. There's some men that had to move in to a friend's house and actually live in the friend's basement. So I talked with a guy one time. I worked with a guy in a plant, and he was telling me, somehow or another we got on the subject of child support. And the guy was telling me that he lived off of hot dogs and pork and beans for years. I'm like, what did you just say? The man said he lived off of hot dogs and pork and beans for years. I'm like, oh man, come on, man. And then my man said, man, you see the guy down there? I'm like, yeah, what about him? The guy was telling me that he knew this guy that was working 50 and sometimes 60 hours a week. Do you hear me? 50 and 60 hours a week. And at the end of the week, by the time they took all of the child support out of his check, this man went home with a check for about $100. This man had just finished working 50 and 60 hours. Can you imagine working 50 or 60 hours, and you take home a check which is only $100 or a little bit over $100? How are you going to be able to live or survive off of that? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's almost like the man is literally in poverty. So these are the things that you need to take in consideration to try your best to avoid the child support trap, this child support hustle, because it most definitely is a hustle that has been going on for many, many years. Take heed not to get caught in the trap. So, once again, my name is Kier. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.